In today's Reddit cheating story, Johnny never would have imagined that a single letter could cause his world to come crashing down. But that's exactly what happened when he snooped through his wife's PC. To be with Agatha, the woman he loved, he moved countries, as she was the only thing he ever wanted. Sadly though, it soon became pretty clear that she didn't feel the same way, which caused Johnny to spiral out of control. But let's get into it. Johnny and Agatha got married in July of 2023, and even though they were living in different countries, everything was perfect. They met through some mutual family friends, and for the first 6 months of their relationship, they lived away from each other while his immigration papers were being finalized. Johnny and Agatha would talk every night, and at the end of every call, she'd say goodnight and tell him that she was going to sleep. However, Johnny started to notice that on WhatsApp, Agatha was still showing up as online. So what was she doing?
Maybe she was just chatting with her family or friends.
While that's possible, if it's happening all the time, it's a little suspicious, right? Johnny asked Agatha about what she was doing, but she never gave him a straight answer, making him doubt her even more. Eventually, he moved countries to be with her, and they officially started their lives together. Agatha would go to work early in the day and come back in the evening, and for whatever reason, Johnny couldn't help but wonder if she was having an affair. It was a thought that kept invading his mind. He couldn't think about anything else. One day, he decided to go through her laptop and found a letter from her best friend, Mariah, and out of curiosity, he started to read it, and that letter brought his whole world crashing down. Agatha and Mariah had a full-on relationship, and the letter Johnny found detailed everything. It contained the memories they made, the very moment they started their relationship, how they couldn't keep their hands off each other, and even how they slept together the night before Agatha got married to Johnny.
The night before? That's crazy. If she already knew she couldn't be loyal to this man and give him what he wanted, why even go through with it? And the fact that he moved across the world to be with her makes it so much worse.
Yeah, it's pretty damn selfish if you ask me. Johnny was completely broken, but didn't say anything to Agatha, as he assumed that what he found in the letter happened before they got married.
But they still would have been dating or engaged, so how does that make it any better?
Yeah, they would have been, but you've got to think, Johnny sacrificed a lot to be in this relationship, so he was probably trying to make the best of a bad situation. The thing is though, Agatha and Mariah were still seeing each other, and they were in love. Still, Johnny couldn't bring himself to say anything. One day, Agatha took a pregnancy test, and it was positive, and despite her cheating with another woman, Johnny was super happy about being a dad, but it meant he had to confront her about Mariah.
You need to end whatever it is you've got going on with Mariah.
What are you talking about? There's nothing going on between us.
Really? So what are all these messages about? I've seen everything, so don't lie to me.
Okay, there was something going on between us, but it's over now. You have to trust me.
All right. And look, I don't mind you being friends with her as long as whatever was going on is over.
After that conversation, Johnny checked her messages again, and what he saw was Agatha apologizing to Mariah for getting pregnant. She even said sorry for breaking her trust.
What the hell? She's saying sorry to the person she cheated with for starting a family with the man she chose to marry? She's insane.
Yeah, doesn't make any sense to me. But Johnny, he couldn't hold it in anymore and went batshit crazy and said the most awful things to Agatha. In the end, he asked her to choose between himself and Mariah, and even though Agatha chose him, she was hurt by his words and too scared to live with him. Agatha made everything seem like it was Johnny's fault and complained about how he violated her privacy by going through her messages, saying she's an independent woman, so he can't tell her who to be friends with.
Then why doesn't she be independently single?
That would make the most sense. Then she could carry on doing whatever she wanted. Johnny does go on to say that Agatha could hang out with whoever she wants, and no matter what, he'd have to trust her. He feels like one burst of anger turned him into the bad guy. He felt terrible and was far from being happy. He apologized to Agatha for getting angry and said he'd be okay with whatever she wanted to do.
No, I'm sorry, this guy's a doormat.
Netizens were pretty triggered too, with someone saying, "You are a moo-moo man. No wonder she chose you. Independent women marry simps they can use. Dump her and move back to your country."
What the hell is a moo-moo man?
From what I gathered, it's a Nigerian term, referring to a guy who does house chores. But when you're using it in the way that this Redditor did, it basically means weak. Anyway, since all this went down, Agatha no longer lets Johnny touch her, saying that she doesn't feel like doing anything because of the pregnancy, and that he needed to give her time to get over what he did to her. Johnny wanted the marriage to continue because of their baby, and while he loves Agatha, she doesn't return that love, which to him is pretty suffocating. If you ask me though, Johnny's setting himself up for a life of misery with his decision-making. I mean, while Agatha may have chosen him with her words, her heart is somewhere else. I don't know why Johnny's shouldering the blame for the downturn of their relationship, and he shouldn't feel bad for going through Agatha's phone either. It's not like she would have ever come forward with the truth. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments. I hope you enjoyed today's video on coffee and popcorn, and I can't wait to see you on the next one.